One currency for every single country in the world. Now that sounds like a great idea, but what if it actually happened? What would be the consequences for the global economy and society? Let's dig into this fun hypothetical. Number one, no exchange rates. The most obvious benefit of a one currency world is that when you travel, you wouldn't have to exchange money anymore. You could just use the same currency as they do where you live. Global trade would also become much smoother since there'd be no currency conversion or exchange rate fluctuations to deal with. You can imagine how many businesses would love that, and on the individual level, it would make traveling so much easier. No more exchanging money, no more worrying about the exchange rates changing and costing you more money. Just use your own currency everywhere. But let's look at the flip side. What are the potential downsides of a one currency world? Let's take a look. Economic stability. While a single currency would simplify things for travelers and traders, it could be pretty risky for the global economy. Here's why. Countries with strong economies might end up having to bail out those that are weaker. For example, if the US dollar became the only legal tender worldwide, the United States might find itself in a position where it has to help out countries whose currencies were struggling. Think of it like this. Right now, if a country has a bunch of debt denominated in euros, but its economy is struggling, it can try to make the debt easier to pay off by getting the eurozone to print more money. This can devalue the currency, making it easier to pay back the debt. But if there's only one currency in the entire world, there's no euro to devalue. So countries with weaker economies might get into a lot of trouble if they have a lot of debt, and those with stronger economies would either have to help them out or watch them fail. Power shift. Speaking of the US dollar, if we did have a one currency world, there's a good chance that the currency would be the US dollar. After all, it's the largest economy in the world. But which country gets to control the currency? That country would have a ton of power over global monetary policy. It could use that power for good, but it could also abuse it, which is a big reason why a lot of countries are hesitant to give up their own currencies. Having your own currency is kind of like having your own nuclear arsenal. It's a symbol of national sovereignty. The ability to control your currency gives a country a lot of leverage over its economic future. Giving that power to another country would make it much more vulnerable. Wealth gap. A single currency could also make the gap between rich and poor nations even bigger. Here's why. Usually, countries with stronger economies have stronger currencies. Take the US dollar, pound sterling, and the euro. These currencies are all from relatively wealthy countries. On the other hand, countries with weaker economies tend to have weaker currencies. If you have a weak currency, it means that it takes fewer of your dollars, pounds, or euros to buy one unit of a foreign currency. So if you are a poor country with a very weak currency, and you import a lot of stuff, you'll end up spending a lot of money to pay for those imports. A single global currency would mean that these poorer countries would have to compete economically with some of the richest countries in the world, which could widen the gap between them. Black market. Finally, there's the black market. If everyone is forced to use the same currency, it could lead to an increase in black markets. For example, if a country felt like the global government was controlling its currency in a way that wasn't in its best interest, it could decide to use an unofficial currency instead. Or if a country felt that the global currency was too expensive for its citizens, they could turn to a black market to get access to cheaper, unofficial currency for everyday transactions. So while the idea of having a single global currency might sound appealing, there are a lot of potential downsides. What do you think? Would you want your country to adopt a global currency or would you rather keep your own? Share your thoughts below. Speaking of global economies, check out this video over here for more fun economics facts. Thanks for watching.